looking at. I've got three at me today. Voice of the Valley. Hi, I'm Kathy Wilcox. As usual, never dull moment around here. It's a great day. It's a great day to be talking to you. I'm so excited about our guest. But I'll get into that in a minute. We've got a lot to cover. Don't look yet. It's a surprise. Okay, they can't see him. All right, good. I wanted to just calm down and center myself for a moment. Let's have a Zen moment. Welcome. I'm Kathy Wilcox with Voice of the Valley, and it's a beautiful Wednesday here. First thing I wanted to say was, very quickly, I got into doing Voice of the Valley because I wanted to promote business in the Valley. By business, I mean any small business, talent, musicians, actors, directors, filmmakers, anyone who has something of value, which is just about everybody, that can benefit someone else in the Valley. And the rates here for half an hour or an hour, either way you want to slice it, it's extremely affordable, and you're reaching, now that we're on cable channels, you're reaching, what is it, Kylie, up to 500,000 people at a given moment in time. It's $50 for half an hour, $100 for the full hour, which is peanuts. If you went to advertising, it would cost you millions of dollars for that much time to advertise your business. And my whole goal is to let people know what's going on in the Valley, and to keep Valley money here in the Valley, to support each other, especially when times may not be the best for everybody. And that's in Business 101, when times are the way they are now economically, that's the time to advertise your business. Let people know you're out there. Encourage people to use your business and to buy from you, and keep the money here in the Valley. So if any of you have any of those things that you would like to promote here, we have a lot of fun, as you will see, or if you've seen the show. Most of my shows are on YouTube. And that's another thing I want to ask my guest about, the trouble I'm having with YouTube. But so you can watch them over and over and over and over again. You never get tired of them. Never. It never gets old. But I'd love to have you on the show. So contact me here at centralvalley.com, and that would be cvtmail@centralvalleytalk.com. And just let us know you'd like to be a guest, and we will get you booked on. The other thing I'd like to announce is that I have a website for Shasai, and it is, if we could pull that up, Kylie, and just show that, that's www.chocolateamore.net, and check that out for the healthy chocolate that I am really, truly, no joke, thriving on. I'm still losing weight. I'm working out more than I ever have in my life, and it's not drudgery. I'm actually looking forward to it because I'm getting results. Energy, and it's just a phenomenally healthy product. So check that website out, and then again, contact me through there if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to get back to you on that. But today we have such a special treat. We have Matt Sconce with us. Let's show Matt. He's so handsome. Hi, Matt.
Hello, Kathy.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I know you've been on Central Valley Talk before, but it's been a while.
It's been a long time, yeah.
And you have so much going on. Yes?
Yes, I have a lot going on, but I'm used to that. I like having a lot going on.
And that's the way it should be. Yeah. And you're extremely talented. I mean, I asked Matt how he wanted to be introduced. I mean, writer, director, filmmaker. He's just Matt Sconce, filmmaker. Like, that's like a real simple thing to do. You're literally making your dreams come true, I'm assuming.
I'm trying hard.
And this is something that you have wanted to do since you were how old?
Well, I've always loved making movies and doing little stories. And I was always a storyteller. I really liked, my dad told me stories when I was little, so I've always connected with them. And in 2004, my wife and I entered American Idol music video contest for Ford. And
yes.
We won the national contest, and so we went down there, and we felt really famous for like 15 minutes, and
that's more than most people get.
It was really great, but after that we said, hey, let's try it again. So the next year we tried again, and we placed in the top 3, but we didn't win, and we thought, I wonder if we should just try to do this. And so we started making short films through DVX User, which is a film site that I started to do video contests. And so I kind of came up that way, and as I did, I wrote one called Stricken, and then decided to write a feature script based on that. and then decided to make that. And so we started out with nothing, a borrowed camera, and 3 guys, and we made Stricken, and in the Valley area, and that has distribution now. It's going to be everywhere soon.
Isn't it?
And that was the first thing we did, and so we've gone on to make Firefall, and we have tons of projects coming up.
Mazel. Now, because you're local, you get to employ, if not for money sometimes, and that's just how it is, folks. I mean, the experience is really priceless to have the honor of having a part in a movie. Okay. But just throw out some names of local people. Give a shout out to some people who are in Stricken, and then we'll talk more about Firefall, obviously. But
one of the biggest helps on Stricken, actor-wise, two people. One was David Fine, who's been in Rent and The Pursuit of Happiness. He was in Stricken, and he was one of the actors that when at the very start we had funding issues, and that's why we started out with just nothing, and so we're making it anyway. He was one of the ones that stuck with us, and so he stayed in and he did the movie, which is really great. And then Stephanie Michelle French was our other lead in Stricken, and she's now living in the Bay Area, but she was in Stricken, huge help. And then, of course, my beautiful wife, Heather. I think we have a picture of her somewhere.
Yes, let's show Heather.
If we can just show, I think, a picture of us at the Finding Hope Now premiere.
Isn't that great?
Skin Meat and
Look
Jennifer
at you.
Tadlock's movie. It was great. But yeah,
Who
that's my beautiful
who does
wife.
she remind me of?
She reminds me of Heather. You know my wife?
No.
No, not you.
No.
Not,
someone famous, someone beautiful and famous.
well, soon she will be.
Well, as she should be, as both of you. But it takes a lot for a spouse to help their spouse fulfill their dreams. I mean,
She's a very patient and wonderful person, especially because we have 2 children. I think we have a picture of them.
yes,
too.
let's show the children. Let's get everybody in here.
Mackenzie and Caden. We have our 2 children. We have our family, and then at the same time, we're doing all this crazy movie making stuff. They're
they're
absolutely adorable.
They
and
are
Mackenzie is
adorable.
actually in Firefall, so that'll be really great.
It's who you know. I've always said this. You've heard it a million times. It's who you know. Right?
Yeah.
So now I know Matt. So he's going to give me my next acting job.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, and then, of course, it wouldn't be complete without saying 2 other names that really help make all this possible, which is my dad, Gary Sconce. Who
is a doll.
He's amazing.
In his kilt.
He always wears his kilt. He
Yes,
plays his
he's a
bagpipes.
doll.
You'll know him if you've seen that. And then, of course, Troy Ruff, who was the assistant director on Stricken and Firefall. Together, we really just make things happen with nothing. And we tell people when they say, well, how do we do this? We say, well, first of all, you need your dream, you need passion, you need perseverance, and you need a Gary. Because my dad makes everything. So we go, we need a 20-foot crane, but we can't really afford one. And he builds one in 2 days from stuff around the house. And we're like, we need
You have one of those dads. I had
we
one
need
of
a
those
steady
dads.
cam.
He's
We
like
need a steady cam.
MacGyver.
He's like, I can build that out of that pipe over there and that pulley. We're like, what?
Yeah.
And then he does, and then we use them. He built all the lights. He's just amazing. And so that's our Gary. So we have all of this drive, and we have a Gary. So I recommend a Gary. People need to find one.
And you have a supportive wife.
Yeah.
And,
Well, we're on the topic of
this
Stricken.
is Heather Sconce. Thank you, Matt.
Let's show the Stricken trailer and then
Yes.
pop up where people can see it.
Let's do that. But first, did you want to encourage ticket sales for Firefall?
Oh, yeah. In case people are tuning in and they wonder about that, we're going to talk about that more at the end.
At the end.
But you have your ticket.
I do.
Nice.
I have 2 tickets.
Oh, yeah. People, make sure you print your tickets out.
Yes,
That's
print your
important.
tickets out.
But anyway, you go to firefalltickets.com, and when you go there, you can scroll down and see the trailer, see the website. But at the top, you buy your tickets. They will email you right after you buy them, and then you print your ticket out. You bring it to the door, and you watch a funny, funny movie. But it's firefalltickets.com, and you'll go there, you'll get your ticket, and you'll be part of this. We still have tickets left. It's going to be really fun. We have some celebrities coming, people from that are involved with Modern Family and Criminal Minds and all sorts of
Do
stuff.
you want to drop any names?
Later we'll do that.
Okay.
But
little
that's
tease.
what
I like
they
that.
can do to be able to get their tickets. But speaking of Stricken, people go, how can I watch Stricken? And I say, well, right now.
I was going to ask that if you would
Yeah.
give me a chance. I am doing the interview, Matt.
Hey.
Just give me a chance, okay?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
It's just at watchstricken.com.
Okay, watchstricken.com.
If they go there, it takes them to a Voodoo link, which is voodoo.com, and they can watch Stricken on Voodoo. And
The entire movie?
They can watch the entire movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
digitally. And they can own it there too, or they can rent it there. That's the way it kind of works. And then they watch it on their computer, on their TV, on their Xbox, whatever they're watching Voodoo on.
Well, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, if we could show the trailer real quick.
let's
I mean,
My guest because he's world renowned apparently. I mean, he has like 1 million Twitter followers.
I wish I had 1 million.
What did you? Well, you will.
No,
what did you do?
I have
Matt?
about 13,000 Twitter followers, and I posted and told them that we were going to be on today, and all my Facebook friends, and it looks like a ton of you were watching, and so there were so many of you watching, you crashed everything.
Which is a first.
I think that's kind of cool.
That is very cool. And by the way, I forgot to mention this at the top of the hour. If you have questions to type in on the right of your TV screen, of your computer screen, and it says CVT host, and you can ask Matt questions in real time. Okay?
And right now I'm texting. I'm going to update all of the people that might not be watching right now that they need to refresh their pages because they might be looking at like a blank screen.
And we don't want that. We want
so I'll do that
connected.
as we're talking. But yeah, go ahead. So I think the Stricken trailer is going to get shown in a second.
Yes, anytime, Kylie, we can get that going. We would love to see it. Okay, I'm
That's
in.
what we made with 3 guys, a borrowed camera, and no money.
You've got to be kidding me. That looks like a big studio production.
It was really fun. It took 5 months of production and 10 months of post-production to make that.
I'm in. I had no idea that it was a scary movie.
Oh, yeah. Stricken it's about PG-13-ish targeted at.
Ish, okay.
And it's, it's like Alfred Hitchcock type movie where it
Suspense.
has suspense. It has a little bit of jump scares. It's not a big bloody gore fest. It's just like kind of a whodunit.
No, I love that.
With a big ending.
Big ending.
Yeah.
I am going to do that.
Just remember, watchstricken.com. You can go there and check it out.
Watchstricken.com. That's amazing. And the way you put that together on a shoestring and a wing and a prayer.
Yeah.
And to get that kind of results. And a Gary. Right. Everybody needs a Gary. All right. Okay, so we showed the Stricken trailer.
Yeah.
And, okay, tell me about... we have a message or a question. So... He's the best character.
That's the sleepy guard right there.
Who's asleep? Okay, it says the sleepy guard isn't that scary. He's the best character in Stricken.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means. So
that's Anthony Taylor. Anthony Taylor is awesome. If you don't know who he is, you need to find him on Twitter and Facebook and go follow him because he was the sleepy guard in Stricken. He fails at his duties and it lets the bad guy get in and kill somebody. Kind of an inept sleepy guard, but he's a really great actor. He works at Winsong. I think he's the creative director there. And he's a great actor. He was in our short Son of Bond, which is all about James Bond's illegitimate son and how he's having this identity crisis because he wishes he was awesome. It's really cool.
And he's not.
And, well, maybe he is. You'll have to see the short. But, yeah. But that's Anthony. So thanks, Anthony.
Thank you, Anthony. Okay. All right. Oh, by the way, God, now we have a commercial. If it's not one thing around here, it's another.
Yeah,
okay, all right, it's all right. We'll just take a break. Oh, just a writer director, not a creative director. But thanks, Matt. Oh, that's so sweet.
Aww.
Mazel. I love those. my heart. All right, don't go anywhere. We have so much to talk about with Matt. So many good things, name dropping coming up. My favorite part of the show. So we'll be right back. We are back. Welcome back to Voice of the Valley with Matt Sconce.
Yeah.
Filmmaker extraordinaire. At the break, this is so funny. I love it. He's like, okay, now we're going to do this, and we can talk about this. And in other words, he's totally directing my show.
I'm a director.
Which I love.
I have a hard time.
It takes the pressure off of me because I don't have to think about what I need to do. So we are... Oh, you had an announcement to make about Stricken.
I posted this on Facebook, but there's exciting news about Stricken. The international company got bought by another international company that's representing it to all the different regions around the world to sell to, and the international company that just bought it is Screen Media, which is a heavyweight in the international world. And they told my producers reps that they very much like Stricken. So that's always good because they can represent it and be like, let's just shelve it, or they can represent it and like it. and they like it. So I'm very excited. And then it looks like it's going to release domestically, probably on DVD at the end of this year or the start of next year. So finally, it'll see the light of day.
That is so exciting.
Yeah, that's exciting.
By the way, Matt, not to blow my own horn here, but have you seen my shenanigans video?
I have not. Wait, yes, I have.
Scandal! Oh, you have?
I have your shenanigans video.
Okay.
I saw it,
Well,
yeah.
what do you give that? It was like pretty funny, right?
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, well, it's terrifying for me. So
I could tell that you were terrified.
I was terrified. When I get scared, the F-bombs just start flying.
I won't scare you.
And do you know Bree Stevens, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know I'm her TV mom in Heart of a Horse?
No.
Well, where have you been out making movies, Mr. Movie Making Man?
Hey, now I know. I love Bree. She's awesome.
She is, and I love her. And we're British, by the way. I mean, we look so much alike, Bree and I, don't you think? I mean,
yeah, there's similarities.
Very
you can definitely be the mom.
Definitely be the mom. And when that production gets up and running, apparently I'm going to have an ex-husband, so he's going to have to be like an albino, just to make it believable that we produced a child as gorgeous as Bree and as white.
Skin. We could bleach him.
Yes. So anyway, I just wanted to throw those things out, just for your future, casting
for my
possibilities.
Future reference.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so we'll get back to Matt. Okay, we are going to talk about Red Riding Hood.
Oh well, there's a couple things we've done, and then I want to talk about a local premiere, and then we can
Okay.
show the demo reel. It kind of shows all of our work together instead of just talking about it forever. I do
over.
love talking about
Direct.
movies. I always love it. But anyway, yeah, we got the chance to shoot part of a Red Riding Hood trailer for Warner Brothers. We got contacted by the people that make the things that go in their trailers, and they wanted us to shoot this shot of a little girl, Red Riding Hood, running through a forest. And they're like, hey, these guys live in the mountains, so let's ask them. So we shot a little bit of that, and a little bit of that was used in the trailer. It made us feel really good. That's something that we had been up to. And then I had the privilege to produce a family-friendly film being made locally by Tremendum Pictures, which is Travis Clough and Chris Loafing, and it's called Gold Fools. And Gold Fools is premiering in July, on July 6th, and I really want people to be able to go see it because I'm impressed with these guys. They went through a lot of adversity making this movie, and they kept going, and they made something really enjoyable, and I think they're going to do well with it. And you can go to Tremendum Pictures to see that. I think we have that website.
Tremendum Pictures.
Yeah,
There we
Tremendum
go.
Pictures.
There we
It's
go.
right there. It's,
Excellent.
Tremendum, TREMENDUM Pictures, and if you scroll down, there's information of how to buy their tickets. But I highly recommend people go see that at their July 6th premiere. It's Gold Fools.
I mean, we're having so many premieres in Fresno
It's because people are
lately.
doing things. Isn't that nice?
It is exciting. It's so exciting. That's what I'm telling you, people. I mean, I didn't know all of this was going on until, just a few years ago when I really started getting into that local acting scene, if you will, and connecting up with great people like Matt and Vince and the other people filmmakers here in the area. And so, okay, let's go on. Let's.
There's some great filmmakers that are doing things locally, and a lot of it, I think, it was a snowball that's been pushed now, and it's going. And the reason you see so many premieres now is because about a year ago, people were actually making movies, and it takes that long.
And it does take
to
that
come
long,
out.
yes.
Showboys premiered with Johnny Soto. That was
right.
great. And then Finding Hope Now is great. I know it has another premiere I want to just kind of pitch on the 19th.
Please do.
People need to buy tickets to see that. I know it sold out the first one, and I went and watched it. It was great. So people need to go see that on the 19th.
Now, which movie are we talking about?
Finding Hope Now.
Finding Hope Now.
Skin Me, Jennifer Tadlock.
Okay.
So it's great, and it's an anti-gang movie. It's uplifting.
Perfect timing for anti-gang.
It's good.
Yeah.
And then of course Firefall at firefalltickets.com.
Firefall. Everybody's talking about it. I mean, it was on Entertainment Tonight last night.
It was really?
No, but it will be.
I would have been amazed. You made me so excited.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm
Someday.
I told you I'd give you a bad time.
That's okay.
But you know what? It's just a vision that you can hold, and it will be.
That's true. Well, while we're talking about that, let's just show the demo reel of what we've been up to. This is our 2012 demo reel. It has a little bit of Firefall in it.
Okay.
And it has some of our shorts in it. It's just a hodgepodge of all
Now
the
wait
stuff
a
that we've
minute,
been
shorts. I don't want to see anybody's shorts. That's getting a
doing. You'll
little
see
bit.
some shorts. Sorry. One of them are boxer shorts.
You might want to take the kids out of the room. I'm not sure what this is. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
It's not shorts like I.
But yeah, so enjoy. This is our demo reel from the start of our shorts to Firefall.
Okay, let's go. Okay. Wow. I mean, that is something that I would see in a movie theater.
Thank you.
I mean, to me, well, obviously, it's that high quality, and it's that. I know we have to go to commercial, but I'm truly, truly impressed by the quality of that, because that, like I said, that is something that I would expect to see watching my movie to start after paying, what, $25 for a ticket and, $18 for water.
Well, that's the goal, is to keep the production value high and the cost down.
That's a great way to do it. And you know what? Big time studios are going to love that attitude because they're going to make more money.
That's
right?
true.
Okay. So we have to take another break, but come right back. We have so much more to talk about. Welcome back to Voice of the Valley, and it's the second half of the show with Matt Sconce. Already. And again, he's directing during the commercial, but that's okay. I love that. He's going to tell us exactly what we're going to do. And action. Okay, so what's next?
We have a lot of things in the works, and I wanted to talk about them and give shout-outs to who wrote them. We have, let's see, six finished scripts. We have White Room, which is an action thriller written by Brandon Prieto and myself. We have Pest Control, which is a zombie action. Think Batman meets Zombieland. So that's Pest Control, and that's written by my dad, Gary, and myself. We have Nodes, which is a sci-fi action in Alaska. That's written by my dad, Gary Sconce.
Wait a minute, do you film it in Alaska?
Yeah, it'll probably be filmed in Alaska. Nodes
really? Cool, okay.
The Visitors is a script that I optioned. It's great. It's by Matthew Dijon and Frank Dijon. And it's a scary movie. It takes place in a cabin, kind of like a siege by these creatures, and you try to figure out what they are. And it's kind of a scary thriller. It's awesome.
Okay.
We have Magic, which is a supernatural family adventure that I wrote, and right now that's being pitched to Warner Brothers by a literary agent that I have.
Good luck.
And so we'll see how that goes.
Good luck.
They were actually looking for this type of movie, so I'm hoping big things for that. And then we have Fat, which is a thriller horror about a kid who's bullied and he snaps. And it's a kind of a statement about bullying, but it's also a scary movie. And it is by Stephanie Halstead.
Wow. No.
And they're all great. I'm very excited about them. And then, of course, we have our 10-episode web series about wannabe superheroes who get superpowers. And that's called Super Blam.
However you want, whatever direction you want to take this, Mr. Director, because there's so much to talk about.
There's tons, huh?
I mean, you go. I mean,
Well, Super Blam, we have a website for that.
What is Super Blam?
It's in development. It's superblam.com. And the YouTube channel isn't live yet. The link will say that it's not live if they click on that, but it has a song there. It's pretty cool. But Super Blam is about...
There we go.
Yeah, it's about 6 superheroes, and they're wannabe superheroes. They talk on a chat room. They try to do heroic things, but they're just people who always wear costumes and never take them off, that type of thing. And they don't like anybody to know their secret identity. And they communicate with each other, and they've been going at this for like 120 days when something happens, and they all get superpowers. And it's a really funny little web series. It's in the premise and kind of the style of The Guild with Felicia Day. And it has some of the humor, kind of like Enter the Dojo, which people should also watch. And these web series are hilarious, but they have good stories. And that's what Super Blam is. And so I'm excited. There'll be a little bit of casting that happens on some other roles that haven't been filled yet after the Firefall premiere, which people can get tickets at firefalltickets.com.
And we have a question about Super Blam. So... how is Super Blam being casted? Super Blam is being casted.
How? Super Blam's being cast at, it'll be cast at Carolyn DeVore's studio, DeVore Talent. I do a lot of my casting through Carolyn. I love Carolyn.
I started with Carolyn when I got here 180 years ago to Fresno.
Yeah.
I know I don't look that old, but it's the
lighting.
lighting. It's the lighting and the makeup.
But no, she's awesome. We're going to cast there. We've already cast some of the roles, and basically the way I cast, if people understand this, when they work with me, it's basically I'm building a relationship with them, and after I built the relationship and see how they act and how they do and how we work together, I immediately pop into my mind when I think about characters. And I wrote 6 roles for 6 actors that I already have worked with. And then I just told them, I was like, hey, I wrote this role for you. And then they read it and they're like, oh, this is awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
And so that's what I do, and that's why I like when people work with me. And it's a family relationship. It's totally different. People that have worked with me will know. When they leave the set, they feel like we're all just a family, and they are sad to leave, and I'm sad they're leaving, and I wish we could always hang out forever, but we can't. And we still try to. But anyway, so there's a lot of other roles, and I'm going to be casting them. One is a really big villain role. Joe, the henchman is his name. He's awesome. He's super strength. And then a lot of other roles, and they'll be cast after June 2nd.
What about badass women of a certain age? Like they can be super bitch or like super alcoholic bitch or anything like that?
There's some henchmen, and there's an evil villainess.
Ooh.
Yes, but I won't announce her name yet. So,
Okay.
Because she has a creepy name, but it has to be discovered in the show. But so what we're going to do is we're going to go into production on that sometime probably this year. And then once all 10 episodes are filmed, we're going to launch the whole thing worldwide. And we're building up a big following, and it should just be huge. So that's another
really
thing
neat.
we're doing. And then we have Imaginary being written, family
Okay.
script. Monster Hunters being written by Neil Chase, which is a family script. Emma's Cookies being written by me, which is faith-based. And then Future Pooh being written by my dad, and that's a comedy.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a drama.
Doesn't sound like a drama
Not
or
an
a
action.
scary movie.
But
Well, it
we
could
have,
be
so we have a
scary
lot of
movie.
stuff coming up. I really want people to get involved with us. I want people to come meet us at the premiere, introduce themselves. I want to know more people that are into film and acting in the Fresno area. I think we have a lot to offer here.
We have a tremendous amount. Okay, we have another question. This is so much fun. I love getting questions from viewers. What about the White Room?
People are interested about the
Yes, I am
White
too.
Room.
What is this?
White Room is one of the scripts that right now we're finalizing it. It's done. It's the one written by Brandon Prieto and myself. And White Room is about 8 people that wake up in a white room that's lit from the outside like a light box. And they
Okay.
wake up. They have no idea why they're there. They have an injection mark on their neck. And they're all in these weird medical-looking, not scrubs, but kind of like that. And they're all dressed the same. And every time the lights go out in this room, a creature drops into this room from who knows where. And they fight for their lives. And the room has panels that slide open when they press on. And they're trying to figure out why are they in the room, who are they, they can't remember how they got there, and try to figure out this end game while they're starting to develop these powers. It's really creepy and awesome. And it's an action, sci-fi, but mostly action thriller with really good character building and tons of action, fighting creatures
sounds
and
like
crazy
it.
awesomeness. So that's one of the things we're definitely going to be doing. But we're looking right now for investors, of course, executive producers for a lot of these projects. We'd love to fund the slate of them. I have teams waiting around the country that are ready to actually make these movies. We don't have to make them all here. So if we had an executive producer that funds a slate, we make some of them here, and then at the same exact time, some are being made in Louisiana, some are being made in New Mexico, some are being made in Florida, and they'd all be made at the same time, and you'd have 6 films be done and then be released because I have a 5-film distribution deal already signed
Wow.
with R Squared Films. So they'll take 5 films domestically and internationally. We just have to make them.
So if anybody watching is interested in being an investor, how would they?
They just contact me. They can send an email to mattsconce@gmail.com. They can call me. They can message me on Facebook. I'm always there. They can become my Twitter friend and send me a message. There's lots of ways to reach me, and I would love to talk to anybody interested. So, and also, just to throw it out there before we move on to Firefall, there's a distribution company that just got started locally. Nick Soares and Chris Boss, they have Digi Distribution that's just getting started. And so that means that people that are like, oh, I don't know where my movie is going to go. We have a local distribution company here. They're moving into the DVD realm of it. Right now they're digital. And they offer great percentages. They're local. If anybody doesn't understand, you make a lot of money digitally with your movie if you can get it out there. And since these guys are local, I would highly recommend talking to them. They will be at the Firefall premiere talking a little bit about it. You should come and meet them if you're a filmmaker.
Can you give their name?
Nick Soares and Chris
Oh,
Foss.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, you did.
And they're Digi Distribution. But you got to
Digi
look them up.
Distribution.
Come to the Firefall premiere, meet them, and work something out with them. Get your movie out there.
Wow, I love that. I love that. It really is a community, and
community.
everybody wants to help everybody else, and there's no reason why it can't work that way. What do investors make? I can read. Do investors make a return?
Definitely. Investors, I won't talk about percentages while we're on here,
Okay.
but it's something that we work out. Investors make industry standard, if not higher, returns on their investment. So that's the way it works out.
There you go. So you can make money. Okay, here's another one. Although the quality of his productions is worth mentioning again and again, the positive and pleasant experience of working with Matt is equally as amazing. How sweet. Creative, quirky, and cool as a cucumber. Can't wait for the chance to be involved in the next local project. How nice is that?
That's Jennifer.
Oh, Jennifer. Okay.
Yeah.
Jennifer. Nice.
Is that Jennifer Tadlock that just said that? Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Well, if it is, we love Jen, so.
And if it's another Jen, we love you too.
Yeah, definitely.
And I can already see that. I've met Matt once at an FFA event and his dad, and this is the first time we've ever really sat down and chatted, and I can tell he'd be great to work for. And
I have a lot of fun, and everybody that works with us has a lot of fun. And we're not super high stress, we're laid back, but we get things done, and we're efficient.
and that's the way it should be.
Yeah, and we open up doors. Like, I know a lot of the people that worked on Stricken have gone on to do a lot of work after that. And I know I can't get a hold of my makeup artist. I love her, Rachel Jenkins.
Rachel, are you out there?
I can't get a hold of her. I could probably, but because she's so busy, and I love that. She's making awesome music videos. She's doing feature films. She's a special effects makeup artist. I love her. We'll probably pull her back in for White Room. We'll be like, Rachel, come to us, because we love her. But people like that are doing big things, and it makes me excited. So.
I could talk to you for hours, because this is, I love acting. I love the energy of it. I love being around. You know, you either have it or you don't, because I've been on so many sets where I've been an extra, or, they call it background now. And people would just be griping and griping and griping. And, it's like, okay, this is not for you. If you don't want to hurry up and sit for hours,
it's a long process.
Ready at the moment's notice, it's not for you. But if you thrive on the energy of it, like I do, and obviously you do, I just like to be around the creative process.
Yeah, it definitely is different than watching a movie, and people need to get that.
It is so different. I know my job here looks glamorous, and it is. It's truly glamorous, and I love it. But there's nothing like being on a set where there's cameras being set up and lighting, and the actors going in their in their spots and hitting their spots and doing rehearsals and all of that. It's high energy.
And you're making a story, and stories touch people's emotions, and they reach inside and do things that normal communication can't, because people have to establish trust. But when you watch a movie, people go in and their boundaries drop. There's no trust that has to be established, because they're there to watch a movie and they already are committed. So when you connect emotionally with them from the screen, they're open to it. And so you can change people's hearts. Mm-hmm. You can make them inspired. You can help them deal with grief. You can make them laugh. You can make them feel like they can conquer the world all in 2 hours.
Absolutely.
So it's power. And so you got to, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yes, it does.
So you have to do it right.
And this is just a sidebar, Matt. What's your opinion on this? I rarely go to a movie anymore. Do you know why?
You hate the stories.
No, I love the stories. That's why I go. I go to escape into another world for a couple of hours, just like you said. I don't like... People think they're watching it in their living rooms all the time, because they're talking and the cell phones are going off, and they don't even talk in a whisper anymore. They just talk outright like we're talking.
What's that guy doing over there?
Oh, watch this. This is going to be really good.
Yeah.
And that kind of crap.
Or they're right behind you, like, making weird, unruly noises. And you're like...
And inappropriate noises.
Yeah, you're like, what are they doing?
Yeah, it's like, shut up.
Yeah, but if you say that, they're like, did you tell me to shut up?
Yeah, and then you start a whole thing.
So, I know what you mean. I know somebody that I won't mention their names. They're pretty awesome.
Okay.
But they would lurk in the top of the very back of the theater, and they would go and they would order Skittles. And they would order Skittles not to eat. They would order Skittles to throw at people. And so what they would do is they'd sit in the very back of the theater, and if somebody was doing that, they would pelt them in the back of the head with a Skittle. And once you watch the screen, if you turn around, you can't see anybody. It's all just black.
That's right.
So nobody ever could catch them. They're just like, hey, that guy's talking.
Perfect.
So I think there needs to be more of those people.
There needs to be more, I hate to use this word, but policing of an audience, because really people have lost their...
Yeah. Or just honesty. Like, turn around and tell them to be quiet.
Oh,
quietly, not
please.
like shut up.
Yeah,
turn around and be like,
quiet,
excuse me, can you please be quiet?
Yeah.
Then it creates a tension inside them. They have to then choose to defy you,
right, or
to be quiet. And the easier route is to be quiet. Most people will choose that. You will get the defiant ones, but if they're defiant, you can get them kicked out of the theater.
Yeah.
So, but you just got to be honest. It's supposed to be a safe environment for your family, for yourself to watch a movie in public. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's not... When we come back from our last commercial, we will dig in 100 miles an hour to Firefall, because I'm so excited about this movie. So come back.
Nice. Okay. There we go.
Are we? Yes, we're on. Okay.
We are on now.
All right, let's just jump into Firefall.
Okay.
You take it, Mr. Director.
Okay, we'll move really fast.
Okay.
Shooting Firefall was awesome. We shot all around the in private residences and places like that looked like Yosemite, because we didn't want to film in Yosemite. There's a lot of restrictions. We didn't want to impede traffic. We didn't want to make any tourists not be able to have their experience of going there. So we did a lot of digital effects, make it seem like they're in Yosemite. Nobody will know that, of course.
Of course.
And we have live animals. We have a grizzly bear that's in the movie. We have a cougar that's in the movie.
Real one?
Yeah, real ones. We have, rain pouring down, people on top of waterfalls. It's really fun, and I hope everybody can go see it. But right now, right at the start, I want to show a never before seen clip from Firefall. This
A
happens,
world premiere?
Yeah, this happens at the campfire scene when our lead, Stanford James, is watching the little Whisties float up from a campfire. And he has this giant backpack on to prove that he knows how to survive. And you'll see why if you watch the movie. And bad things happen. So enjoy.
Let's watch.
Come on, let's get our fun. I hear they talk about wild animals.
I don't care. Now, Tori, dear.
Come on, freak!
Don't dawdle.
Yes, dear.
Hi, we're from Wisconsin.
Hey, don't let's sit here front and center. I bet they're going to talk about big, dangerous things we can do here at the park.
Okay, sweetie, look, I brought you a big fluffy coat. Might be getting cold later this evening.
Are you kidding me, Dora? I still have magnificent circulation. My body core heats up like a furnace. I just don't get cold. Remember that shoot we did up in Alaska for Pump Me Up magazine? Not all of me was shriveled.
Watching is awesome.
And that's
happy.
awesome. That's awesome.
But yeah, the machines are kind of freaking out about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to show the trailer for Firefall.
Okay.
And then people can watch the trailer. I guess they're going to have to come see the movie.
I guess you're gonna have
to see that clip. It's really funny.
But this is what, and I haven't even talked to Mike about this, Mike Briggs, but we'll bring Matt back, at a future date, and he's not going to pay for anything because this is, these things happen. It's nobody's fault, but I want my guests to get their full potential and their full money's worth. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm excited because I love that people are watching and they
That
care
is
and they
really
like it.
exciting. Yeah.
So if people just watch this Firefall trailer,
Okay,
I'll
let's
talk
watch-
about the premiere really quick
Okay,
in our
let's do
last little
that.
bit.
Okay.
But enjoy the trailer. It's a really fun film. They're going to laugh a lot. They might need to just make sure that they can laugh because if they can't laugh, they might not want to come see it. But
Yeah, no non-laughers.
they'll
at
laugh
this
a lot
movie.
after it too.
Okay.
So they'll be good.
Okay, let's watch the trailer.
Hi, Winnie. It's Stanford. Stanford. Your brother? I got some time off from the show. Get out of here! When I really wanted to go out and learn some good survival techniques to wow them back here in the big city. Who's Outdoorsman of the Year now? Not me! You don't have him, do you, anymore? Well, I don't know, I want to go someplace beautiful. Someplace magnificent. Ask your mom if you can come for a couple days. It's okay? Oh, good, great, all right. Remember, Sammy, you go out there. fair, fuzzy wussy had no hair on the side of its face!
Absolutely fantastic. We gotta go, but buy your tickets for Firefall. We're gonna bring Matt back because of the situation we had. We had so many callers coming in, calling in or texting, and we couldn't answer them.
I know.
all.
I wish we could answer all of your messages,
But Matt's going to be back very soon before the premiere to do this all again and add more stuff and new stuff.
I'll bring
So
those secret clips with me.
bring the secret clips, and we have lots more to talk about. So I will let everybody know on Facebook as well as Matt. So stay tuned. Thanks for joining Voice of the Valley, and we'll see you next week.
Firefalltickets.com.
Firefalltickets.com. Holla!
Thanks, Kathy.